Hey, greetings from Texas. I'm making this video as part of the June Camp Challenge Alliance, which is Share Your Spot. Now, if you want to join in, just follow the hashtag and that'll take you to a master playlist. But it's just in the spirit of things, your favorite spot, one of your favorite spots, whether it's camping, fishing, just relaxing, spending time. So, I'm going to show you my favorite spot, which is my ranch. I could camp, I could do pretty much anything here. There's a certain amount of freedom to having acreage. I grew up mostly in California, living in a city, and I really cherished getting out away from traffic and away from just civilization in general. So I spent a great deal of my weekends in the Sierra Nevada mountains. And I just always felt at home outdoors. So when I retired over 15 years ago, I was looking for a place and I found it here. So I'm going to share that with you. So I hope you enjoy a look at my favorite spot. All right, so here we are up in my tower. Just directly behind me is due north. Up here makes me, I think my house is the second highest point of land here in Williamson County, Texas. And the addition of the tower, I think that gives me the #1 spot. Anyway, you can see up here I have a great view. I have hunted from up here, but there's just so much vegetation, it's really hard to see around me anymore as far as anything on the ground. So this is one spot that makes my place unique. We're supposed to have thunderstorms coming in, so I wanted to climb up here and show it to you real quick before we get any lightning. And we have our shooting range. So here we have a group campground that I built. I cleared this section here. We have a ad hoc fire pit. We're always mending it. A friend helped me build this rocket stove. It works really well. And I come out here, I'll do shrimp boils, seafood boils. And after I barbecue, on the smoker we sit and relax. There's our tent spot. We'll set up a cabin tent, usually in the fall or the winter, and we sleep out there. Here we have my primitive camp, and you'll see this. This is also my YouTube studio, and I could camp there, but I keep my a lot of my camp gear that you see in my videos in there, so I don't have to dig it out. But here I could just kind of get a real sense of camping, test my gear, and pretend I'm camping without having to go very far. And we could either hike here or I ride the Ural motorcycle here. This is the main driveway which goes to my house. And sometimes we take walks. Both my neighbors have easements to their properties. One over there, the Larson Ranch, and the Ham Ranch go through here. It's hard to tell, but you can see I'm quite elevated from the highway. So I'm about 300 feet in elevation above the main highway down where my gate is. Now, if you saw my ride to breakfast video last week, you pretty much see the route I have to get to the highway. It's roughly exactly 1 mile. And I'm going to take you out here. We have myself and my neighbors have an easement. It's to our to my property line, and that's how we access our ranches. I don't know if you can see here, we're kicking up a lot of grasshoppers. Okay, back in prehistoric time, Texas was the bottom of a vast ocean. So we have layers of limestone rock. So you can find, we can find fossils. I'll show you some of the things. And Flint, Texas chert. There were native peoples that lived here. And you can find arrowheads and sometimes areas where they made fires, etc. Out here is a seasonal pond. Here in Texas are called water tanks. So if you hear that term, this is what they're referring to. Summer here it's dry now, but in the wintertime this is usually full. Okay, what we have here is a grave. I'm going to take you to the other graveyard in a minute. This is what's known as a sarcophagus. So someone is entombed there. What I think happened 1 year in the last 120 years is there was probably a flood which caused this to pop out of the ground and end up here away from the graveyard. Okay, so here we have a graveyard, which is overgrown. Now this plot belongs to the Mullen family. Died in 1898. And these markers, there are 4 Confederate officers buried here. There's a grave there. As far as I know, no one has since, at least the locals here says, since the 70s when they moved, no one has visited this site. No family members, no anything. That's J.W. Mullen. So as far as I know, I did some research in the Mullen family. The patriarch of the family was a Colonel John Mullen. After the Civil War, they settled here near Florence, Texas, and he led a expedition down into Mexico to get horses and cattle. It is my understanding is when they returned, you may be able to Google it, they brought back cholera. So most of these graves, the deaths are between 1895 and 1898. So that's kind of telling me that their family was probably hard hit, as was the local area. Anyway, again, no one's ever been here. It is on a geocaching website as the place, but you know, it's on private property, so it's a shame that they're here and being uncared for. Sometimes we have a little bit of traffic here. Here's my shop. I have a welder. I have any tools that I need. This has to be cleaned up, but this is an RV pad. I have a dump site and 50-watt electrical service in case you're nearby. Here is my World War II museum, and I'll put a link or an end card in the description box and at the end of this video. Now I'm going to show you some of the things we found here at the ranch. This is a chert, okay, or flint. If you've seen Fire Up Fridays. Here's some more chert here. These are some fossils I found out on the shooting range. We have fossilized oyster shells. Look like scallops. An old-time can. A nozzle, fire nozzle. Antler sheds. Well, hey, I hope you enjoyed a look at my spot. I was happy to share it with you. Maybe you can see why I like it here. I like spending time here. I'm already away. I don't have to drive to get away. I can enjoy a lot of the activities, hiking, hunting, shooting, no fishing, and camping right here in literally my own backyard. I feel fortunate in it being able to have some land. They don't make anymore, you know, so it's always a good investment, and it really is a sense of freedom that I can enjoy. So all right, folks, it's time to get going. I'm heading to Vegas, so stay tuned. Hopefully I'll have some interesting video to share with you then. Take care. Check out the Camp Challenge Alliance. Have a great weekend, and thanks for stopping by.